Hey Sam, I'm going to show you how I pull a shot. So this is my machine. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. I just got this coffee yesterday, so I have no idea how good it is or like what the grind setting is yet. I mean, this coffee roaster is awesome, but I have not ground it yet, so I don't know what grind settings to use or anything like that. So here's my little scale that I showed you yesterday. Just zero it. I usually start, like if I don't know the coffee, my portafilter is basket is 20 grams. So I only do it this way because I'll show you my portafilter basket. So it's a bottomless one, but it's 20 grams. I've got some other ones too up here that are, I've got like this is an 18 gram one, and then this one's like a 14 gram, I think.
Hi, Sam.
Alright, so sorry, I know your grinder doesn't work like this, but mine does because I do single dose grinding. So I weigh my beans out first. There we go, 20 grams. So I take 20 grams, and then like I said, my grinder is a single dose that I've kind of rigged here. Okay, this might be a little hard with one hand. Okay. So my grind setting, I kind of keep it, I don't know, I imagine there's like a line right here on mine, and that's kind of my what do you call it, reference line. And so I don't know, just because these are new beans, I'm going to keep it between the 0 and the 1, and that's kind of where I start. So the beans are going to start popping out of the top there. Let me put this on top so I can do this with one hand. So, this is going to be tricky too with one hand. Maybe if I hold it with my chin. All right, well, see how close, right on 20. So there you go. I put 20 grams in with my somewhat ghetto rigged single doser. Got 20 grams out. So that's my starting point. Hot. This is really hard with one hand. I've got this little guy. It's just like a Amazon Chinesium knockoff, whatever you call it, leveler. So that's just to kind of distribute the grounds evenly. You don't need that, but it makes it easier to get it consistent. Like I was saying, you don't have to tamp hard. Like what I do is I put the tamper in there. The important thing is that you tamp evenly. So I kind of like put my hand on top like this and keep my fingers on the rim so I can feel like how even it is. And then I just give it like a little push like that. And I'm basically just pushing it enough so that you can feel the grounds compact, and when you start to feel resistance, that's enough. So like as you push down, you'll feel the grounds push together and kind of pack in, and they get to a point where it's like a spring, right? Like you push a spring and then it gets harder to push and you feel the resistance. So as soon as you start feeling like more resistance, that's enough. It's just to kind of pack them together. So anyway, there's my prepped puck. Now the goal here is, since we put 20 grams in, I want to get 30 to 40 grams out. And I want the 30 to 40 grams to come out in 25 seconds. So I'm going to put my shot glass under here and zero it. Oh, actually, wait. It's good to purge, just to do a quick little purge of the water, just to get any extra grounds or things, air that's stuck in there out. Put my water filter in. And so my machine has a timer right here, so when I start pulling a shot, it'll start timing. It also shows you what temperature it's at and all that's there. And then my pressure gauge is actually up here, so this is the pressure at the portafilter itself, so in the puck itself. And then down here, there's another pressure gauge that shows me my steam pressure on the top. And then this is the pressure that the pump is pumping water at. This doesn't matter so much. This you basically just set once and you're good. It should be like, I don't know, 11 bar, I think, 12 bar or something like that. The most important part, though, is how much pressure comes through the puck itself. And my machine is actually a little fancier. It's got this paddle on the top, so I can adjust the pressure as it gets to the puck. And this is called, well, what it does is it lets you do something called shot profiling, way beyond the scope of this video, and I still suck at it. So I don't know, like sometimes I'll mess with it and get it a cool shot. Sometimes I'll mess with it and it does absolutely nothing. So, you know, maybe half gimmick, but you know, if you get super into it, it's like, it basically gives you like infinite variability for pulling a shot with different pressures at the puck. So all the way to the right is full pressure. All the way to the left is no pressure. And I'm going to show you this just because I usually do it, but it's not something you have to do. But what I do is, it's called Pre-Infusion. So I'll lift this lever right here and let the water go through for about 3 seconds at full pressure. And then I'll push the lever all the way to the left, which shuts the flow into the puck off. And what that does is that 3 seconds of the water that went in there, it'll saturate the puck and it'll start to drip out just a little bit from the bottom. You'll see it start just coming through the bottom of the portafilter. And what that does is it kind of just like beds the grounds in the puck all nicely. Well, that's the idea at least. So it kind of pre-saturates them. And then I'll let it pre-saturate, or I'll let it do that for about until it gets to about 8 seconds or 10 seconds. And then I'll gently push the paddle all the way to the left until I get hopefully to between 7 to 9 bar on the pressure gauge. So I don't know, let's try it and see. And again, the goal is 30 to 40 grams in the cup in 25 seconds with the pressure gauge, you know, being roughly between 7. If the pressure gauge is not between 7 to 9 bar, it's not going to be right. So this is just maybe a secondary check to look at, just because you won't get the 25 second 30 to 40 gram shot if your pressure is way off. So anyway, first shot at this bean, so let's give it a shot. So full pressure for 1, 2, and go all the way down. You can see there's some coming through a little bit. It's a little uneven. I'm at 10 seconds, so I'm going to start to bring the paddle over again. Full pressure, I'm at 8 bar, 20, 30, 40 grams. 42, that's fine. And I got 42 in 23 seconds, actually. That's not too bad. And I didn't show you the crema or anything because I was trying to do too many things at once. But so I got 42 grams in 23 seconds, which is a little fast. And so for the next shot that I would pull, with my grinder, it's infinitely variable. But what I would do is, let's see, to the left is fine. So I would go like that much finer with my grinder, which might be like one click on another grinder. I don't know. And then I would pull another shot, and it probably will come out to 25 seconds. Actually, I might go a little tiny bit finer. I'll pull another shot, and after it's pulled, I'll see how it came out with that grind setting. Alright, so I've got my second puck prepared with my grind setting a little bit shorter, and we're going to try this again and see what happens. So again, starting at full pressure. One. So that went way higher, and it's coming way slower, you can see now, which maybe is a little too slow. Yep, that's too slow. I don't know. It'll start picking up. Yeah, it's a little slow. I'll stop it a little soon. So we got 31 seconds and 38.6. So you can see, I twisted it just a tiny bit. Maybe one click. So I'll just go back to the left just a tad. Well, I forgot to mention this, but don't just change your settings because it didn't time up right. Taste your shot first, right? And also when you taste your shot, if you're drinking it straight, always mix it, stir it. Give it like a good little stir. Because if you don't, as the shot pours into your cup, it's got different layers of flavor. So like it might be really thick at the bottom and then get thinner at the top. So you want to stir it all together to get a good shot taste. But always taste it first, right? Because like even though that was 31 seconds and 38 grams out, which was slower than the last, it might taste awesome. In fact, I tasted the first shot and it was pretty good, but it's a little funky, these beans. I think, can't put my finger on it, but I think they may be, I think they may have just been roasted like within the past couple days. And typically with espresso beans, you want them to rest a little bit longer to off gas for, I don't know, 5 to 7 days before you pull a shot. But they taste a little grassy is all. And in my experience, that's because you're pulling, you made a shot from like really fresh beans that were just roasted. So anyway, I guess I could taste this shot real quick. Better than the last one. Man, it's still got that funky flavor. It's like almost like a natural process, but it's not. Apparently, it's a washed. But anyway, I don't think I've tasted a bean like that before. I can't remember. So I think it's a washed Ethiopian bean, Ethiopia Sidamo. It's definitely got some acidity to it, like most Ethiopias that I've had. But typically I find those in like the, like the blueberry, the Yirgacheffe or whatever. I don't know. Interesting coffee. I'll see what it tastes like in a couple days too when I keep drinking it. Anyway, see ya.